Hi guys, I am going to be teaching pulling straps from the assistant teaching templates. Now for pulling straps, we're going to want a long box. And then what I have written in the template is to have one red for a little heavier, one blue for a little bit lighter. But we're going into June, so we could go heavier. We could do 2 springs for hands and straps and just put the hands in the small straps. But for the sake of the demo, I'm going to put on just 1 red spring. So I'm going to put 1 red spring on here and then laying on my belly facing toward the back risers. Now at Oro Valley and Central we have the mirrors, so oftentimes we say facing toward your mirror, but I'd like for us to all have like a shared language, because when you're teaching at Bear Canyon, there's no mirror per station. So it would be face toward the back risers, or you could even say face toward the IBP sign at the Bear Canyon studio. But here we have the back risers and then we have the foot bar. So this is the front of the reformer, this is the back of the reformer. So I'd say lay on your belly facing toward the back of the reformer. Now how we should get onto the box is just sliding right down onto the hips. Sometimes you see clients come up onto their knees and then slide down on their belly. That is just kind of awkward. So I would say just slide on, you know, hip, hip, and then you're right in the middle of the box. Now, I would have boobs off box for me, and for most women, that's going to be a little more comfortable. But say you have someone with that needs more support for their low back, I might scoop back so that their collarbones are lined up with the box and they have more of their torso on the box, and that would help to support their low back just a little bit more. So chest right off the front edge of the box, legs are lifted over the back edge of the box. This isn't in the templates, but this also might help like a little pre-pulling straps. Okay, so legs are long over that foot bar. I might bring the hands behind the head, lower the head down toward the headrest, and then on an exhale, lift into extension, lower back down. So we're just working the back extensors here, okay? Now we're looking for length from the top of the head, length into the neck, through the feet. The chin isn't lifted. It's also not jammed down toward the chest. It's in neutral position. So like a little peach right here underneath the chin. And then go down. And then lift, lengthen, reach the toes. You want to feel the 2 hips and the pubic bone pressing into the box. Abs can engage slightly. Shoulders are rolled back and down. So after you've done this little bit of extension to prepare everyone for the pulling straps, we can rest everything down. That would be like a little swimming prep, okay? A little pre-Pilates. Now, grab the straps. Typically for pulling straps, we choke up on the rope. We want to grab the little knot, bring the hands to the outside of the frame. I'm going to scoot forward just a little bit more. So we want to start with the head down, the arms down, the legs lifted. Okay, now we are going to pull those arms back toward the hips, lift the chest, lift the gaze, squeeze, slowly bring the arms back down. Now, I'm not just collapsing over the box, I'm rounding, flexing the spine, and then as I come up, extending the spine, reach the crown of the head forward. Now, what muscles are we working here? Shoulder extension, we're working triceps, so the back of the arm, spinal extension. Whenever we're laying prone on the belly, the extensors, the back of the body is going to work. Your spinal extensors. This is going to be great for posture. Okay, so we'd go up and down, 30 seconds, time it out. Triceps are next. So for triceps, we're just going to stay lifted here. Elbows glued tight by the side, bend and extend. So keep the elbows nice and close. It's a tricep kickback. Crown of the head continues to reach forward. Squeeze those shoulders. Lift the legs, point the toes. 30 seconds like that. Now, for our T-press, for our airplane, it might be helpful to hang up the straps really quick. And then lifting the legs, lift the arms out. Palms are face down, okay? So this is an external rotation at the shoulder when you press your hands in, you want pinky finger toward your butt, okay? Thumbs are out, palms are down. So the hands are supinated because we spend much of our day here, right? Working over computers or working over people, that the whole purpose of the airplane is to open up the posture. Now you can continue to choke up and grab the knots, or maybe bring the hands inside the strap here, press the hands in, karate chop the butt, and open. We're lifting the legs, elongating the back of the neck. Now this is harder because gravity is trying to pull my arms down. So it's gonna be a lot more demand on the shoulders with the T-press, okay? Now after that, 3 rounds, we're gonna come up for child's pose. I usually like to step off and then get back on. So step the knees in, sit back toward the heels. I'm gonna reach the arms back, or you can keep the arms down, okay? Give everybody a breath or two in child's pose. This is a counter stretch for the low back. We're just working back extension. Now we're in flexion of the spine, okay? Then we go to bird dog, cat-cow, I'm sorry. Hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. For cat-cow, start from the pelvis. Tuck the pelvis, the low back, the ribs, the shoulders, the neck, the head goes down. And then we undo that. Hips, low back, chest, ribs, shoulders, head comes up. So think about that articulation, vertebrae by vertebrae, from the tailbone through the crown of the head. You can start at the head, chest, shoulders, mid-back, low back, tailbone, if you want to kind of play around with that, okay? Now find your neutral, your flat back. We're going to reach one leg back behind, point the toes, square the hips. Other arm reaches out for bird dog. Find balance, maybe hold 15, 20 seconds. Bring it down. You can add whatever variations you'd like to that bird dog. Just finding balance through opposites. Reach and bring it down. Now, I have the long box set up, okay? What else can you do with the long box? We can do a single leg pull. We can do some seated upper body work, okay? You can do some abdominal work. I would flow with the long box, especially if I have that set up already. I mean, I could even do some planking, some stretching, add 2 or 3 more things in with the long box before you change its position.